Yes, actually, yesterday we have completed till the GR configuration part. Like we have created the GR, then cancellation part, the return delivery, and the configuration part of the number ranges and the screen fill setting we have done yesterday. Okay. Today we will do the invoice verification. While doing the invoice verification, also I'll tell you about I informed you about the movement type, right? To observe the movement types 101, 102, 103.
Yes.
So as it is, you have to observe the accounting entries also. Just I'll show you how the accounting entries will fetch, but I'll give you complete details about the accounting entries and the movement types tomorrow's class. Okay. First, I'll show you how it will fetch. I have created one material and I have created one vendor now. Just we'll do the PO and then we'll do the GR. Under the GR, I'll show you the how the accounting entries will fetch. Once we are done with the GR, we'll do the invoice verification. Okay. If the invoice verification is done, the P2P cycle is completed. And then I'll tell you about the accounting entries and the movement type, and then we'll go on to the inventory management. And I have to tell you one more things. This GR is coming to picture in the inventory management. Okay. So to just for the flow type, I'm going for the invoice verification as of now. But in the inventory management, GR, goods issue, transfer posting, and the physical inventory will come into picture. I'll just give you the flow chart for that. Okay. First, we'll complete about the P2P cycle. Okay, we'll do the invoice verification, then we'll do the accounting entries and then movement types, and then we'll move on to the inventory management. There, first is the GR already we have completed as of now. Then I'll show you about the goods issues, transfer postings, and then physical inventories, and then movement type will also come into picture there. Okay, further, accounting entries and movement type is very important. So observe carefully. Done? First, see, already I have created one material, okay? And I have created one vendor. And anyone has observed yesterday, once you are created with the GR, have anyone gone through the PO display mode and have observed any changes in the PO? Anyone tried that scenario?
No.
Oh, we'll do now, okay? If you're not getting, please let me know. I'll repeat it, okay? First, I have created one material and I have created one vendor. So we'll create one PO now, okay? Action vendor. Organization. And
Mansa, can you please share your screen?
yeah, 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, you can see now, right?
Yes.
See, I have created one material. I have created one vendor already now. Okay. What we'll do? We'll do PO now. Me21 EN. First, I'll take the vendor. I'll take the material and create one material. This is an T10 plant. PO quantity, I'll take 10 and I'll take net price as 10. Okay. Just give enter. Delivery day next work day. Okay. No messages issue during check. So, okay. I'll just save PO. So I'll go to the PO number. I'll do the GR now. With respect to the purchase order, I'll do the GR. the 10 quantity, and you can observe the movement type, right? 101. This is the standard GR we are doing. That's why you're getting the 101. Okay, quantity 10, where mention the storage location and then item. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do now? Sukanya?
Ma'am, storage type quantity you have already mentioned. Storage location is you have mentioned, and item okay is also taken.
Harish,
So
actually, you have not watched yesterday's session, right? Just observe it here. So just, yeah, we have copied the PO number. Just paste it to your PO number, and then automatically all the details will come into picture. The quantities, for example, if you are for the PO quantity, if you ordered 100, if you are receiving 90 quantities, you have to mention it here. Okay, how much quantities you are receiving, right? And then go to the and mention the storage location, for which storage location the materials are procuring. And then once you're done with this, check this box item okay, and then if anything is there, check this one if you're getting any messages. Document is okay, right?
Yes.
1 second, I have to show you before saving the GR. I'll just show you ME23. Yeah. So yeah, 0867. See, can you observe here material data, quantities, delivery schedule, delivery. So can anyone observe the PO order history here? I have not saved the GR now. Okay. Can anyone observe here the PO order history?
no,
No, right?
no, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we'll do one thing. I'll save the GR now. Okay. This is the normal GR yesterday, which we have done. The same thing I'm repeating. This is the GR number. Take this GR number. Okay. So I have done the GR, right? I have to refresh it. ME23. Yeah. See here. Purchase order history. When this purchase order history will come into picture in the PO?
Ma'am, when GR will come, when GR,
Once we are done with the GR, then you have to check in the PO by using ME23, and then this purchase order history field will come into picture in the item category. Okay. So go with purchase order history here. What you can see here, you can see the material document number and the posting date, and then the quantity, how much you have ordered, and then the amount. So for 10 quantities into 10 rupees, 10 into 10, how much?
100.
Yeah. So you can see the total amount, and then see, this is what you can see here. Okay. The currency and the reference. This purchase order history will get once you're done with the goods receipt. Okay. Before goods receipt, this purchase order history will not come in the PO fields. Okay. PO screen. So just check with that. So yesterday, this is the question which I asked. Okay. Before doing the GR, just see the fields, whichever the fields are available. Try to search the purchase order history. You will not get the purchase order history until you are done with the goods receipt. Okay. Once you're done with the GR by using the PO number, then come back and then search this purchase order history. You will get complete details. Okay, in the PO. And one more thing I have to tell you. Okay, I'll just go for the display mode. Okay. This is the GR we have done now, right? Give you. Okay. This is in the display mode. So what you can see your document information, right?
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
So here you will be getting the F5 documents here. Okay. That is the finance document. Just click on this. You will be getting documents in accounting. This is the number ranges which is done by the F5 team. Okay. And This number ranges, see, in the GR and the IR process, there are two number ranges. Okay, the normal number ranges will be done by the consultant, and this accounting document, this the number starts from the N0000, right? These number ranges will be done by the FI consultant. Okay, here we don't need to do anything. Just click on this accounting document. See here, you'll be getting this screen. Okay, the amount it's showing 100, and then the currency, and then what you can see here, transaction BSX and WRX. This is the accounting entries which I am telling you. Done. Sukanya, Srinivas, Harish, if you're not getting, please let me know. Okay. So this is the accounting. Yeah.
One second. Can you repeat?
Yeah. Go back. Come for the display mode. Okay. Once you're done with the GR, first thing you have to do is go with the PO, this PO, and see the purchase order history. Okay, the quantity and the amount, everything will come here. Okay, that is the first thing you have to observe. The second thing is, you can see the document information tab here, right?
Yes.
Just click on this, you'll be getting the FI documents here. Okay, once you click on this, you will be getting the documents in accounting. This accounting document, this document number you can see, right? This configuration will be done by the FI consultant. Our role will be not there here. Okay, this FI document will be done by the FI consultant, and here what you can see here, 610000, right? There are two number ranges in the GR and the IR. The first one is here what you are seeing, 610000, which I have shown you yesterday, the number ranges in the configuration setting. That is done by the consultant. Okay, in the FI document, whatever the accounting document you are seeing here, this accounting document number and all will be configured by the FI team. So as of now, you don't need to configure anything. Just for the information purpose, just note down this FI accounting document configuration will be done by the FI consultant persons. Okay, you don't need to do anything here. Once you click on this, you will be getting this screen. That is a display document data entry view. Okay, here you will be getting all the details. That is the company code, and then the with general ledger account, and the description, that is the inventory, raw material, and the goods received, and the amount, the total amount it will show 100, and then the transaction key it will show. I will explain you about the accounting entries transaction. Okay, just observe which transaction you are getting while you doing the normal standard GR. Done. So what I'm getting, BSX. Okay, just I'll write down here, BSX, and then one more transaction key which I'm getting,
WRX.
I think, yeah. The other one which I'm getting is WRX. Okay, I will be explaining this also. Just observe whenever you're doing the GR, which accounting entries you're getting. You're getting the BSX and the WRX transaction key, right? See here, BSX and WRX, right?
Yes.
Just note down here, I'll be explaining this accounting entries. Okay, first we'll take this details. This you understood, right?
Yes.
So what we will do, so we'll
For
do,
all the CRN, BSX and WRX will come. That is what you're telling, right?
yeah, so I'll be explaining about what is BSX, what is WRX and all. But
Okay.
just note down when you do the GR, which transaction keys you're getting. Okay, I'll be explaining this BSX, WRX, and the KBS and all document transaction keys. I'll explain. But note down that whenever you do the normal standard GR, which transaction event keys you're getting. Okay, this BSX and WRX. Note down here. So we are done with the GR. Till yesterday we have done this GR. So I have note down which transaction keys I got, BSX and WRX. Now what I will do, I will do the IR process now. Okay. Then we'll take the transaction keys also there. Then I'll explain about the accounting entries. Then you will get the complete idea. Done.
No.
Okay. So can anyone guess the transaction code for the invoice verification, or can you tell me about the invoice verification? Why we are have to do the invoice verification? Yeah.
Against the delivery and what we receive or what we order, all the details.
Yes. See, after the delivery, once the vendor will deliver the material, so once we do the GR, if the invoice is there, immediately we need to do the invoice verification. Okay. It is the process where whatever the goods delivered against the purchase order, we need to do the invoice verification. Right. So what vendor will do, immediately he can give you the invoice verification or the invoice copy, or else he may give you the later also. Okay. And one more copy he will be giving apart from the invoice copy. Can anyone guess? Yesterday I have told you.
Yes, ma'am. Delivery challan.
Delivery note.
Yeah. The price is maintained in which copy? Delivery challan or the invoice copy?
Invoice
Invoice.
copy.
Invoice copy.
Invoice.
Yes, invoice copy. Okay. So once we receive the invoice copy from the vendor, so all the details he will mention. Okay, the quantity and the price, if the discount is giving, or else if the any freight charges is charging, or the tax, anything, everything he is mentioning in the invoice copy. Okay. Based on that invoice copy, we have to do the invoice verification process. Done.
Yes.
Okay. So transaction code is MIRO. MIRO. Invoice verification. T code. Okay, this is the only. For GR, which transaction code we are using?
Right.
MIGS.
Okay, we'll go to the MIRO now. See. So this is the transaction code MIRO I told you. And one more thing, what you have to do is you can use the path. Go to the logistics and then the material management and then the logistics invoice verifications. Once you're done with this, document entry. Here you can see the MIRO, right? And for the other T code also, you can see this is the cancellation of the invoice document, display of the invoice document. These are the T codes, MIR4, MR8M, everything is there. But as of now, we'll just do the invoice. Okay, we'll just do the MIRO. And once you click the MIRO, you have to mention the company code name. Okay, 1989, you have to mention. Already I have done the invoice here, so that's the reason I'm not getting that small box here. So whoever are creating the IR freshly, you will be getting the small box here. There, it will show the company code. You have to maintain 1989. Once you click on that, you will be getting this screen. Done?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the invoice verification copy. Okay. So what we have to do is in the transaction, which you can see is the invoice. The first one is okay. The credit memo, subsequent debit, subsequent credit. This will be conducted by one more class. As of now, we are not doing this one. And then yeah, provisional invoice and differential invoice we are not doing. And the final invoice. Can anybody knows the final invoice? Why we have to do the final invoice?
After verifying all.
Also, deliver.
Yes, actually, for example, what will happen? See, when we receive the goods received now, for example, in the PO we have ordered 100 quantity. Suppose vendor will deliver only the 50 quantity. Okay, only for 50 quantity he will be sending the invoice copy. So we have to do the normal invoice by using this one. Suppose if all the complete process if he is given, so that time we need to use the final invoice. Okay, the not even the single invoice we are getting after this, we can't able to do one more invoice verification if we are using this final invoice. Okay, So no need to do it this one. So whenever you are going to use the invoice verification, just do this invoice first one. Credit memo, subsequent debit, subsequent credit will be done by one session. We will do it later here, okay? And then this is not required. So invoice date. Invoice date is nothing but the date which is available in invoice copy. For example, yesterday you have received the goods, okay, along with the invoice copy. You have to mention yesterday's date here. Okay, when you receive the invoice copy from the vendor, you have to mention that particular date. Okay, just I'll take yesterday's date, 28. Yesterday I have received the invoice copy, so that's why I have received, I am mentioning 28/3/2024. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Posting date is nothing but when you are posting the invoice copy. For example, yesterday I received the invoice copy, invoice date. Okay, I mean 28/3/2024. For example, posting date, it's not maybe 29th. Suppose you will be doing the invoice after 5 days also. Okay, you have to mention that particular date here. Whenever you are going to post the invoice copy, you have to mention that date here, 29/3/2024. Done.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then if you can see, right, reference.
Yes.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
this reference, you have to give the either the PO number reference or else the material document, that is the GR number. Either you have to mention the PO number, either you have to mention the GR number. That is for the reference part. It is not mandatory. Just I'm telling you about the field function. Okay, you can either mention the PO number or else the GR number here. Okay, and just hold on for the amount. I'll tell you. Then here you what you can see here, for example, the taxes. For example, what the vendor will do in the invoice copy, it may be the domestic tax also, that is the CGST and the SGST 18%, or else only the input, that is the IGST 18%. There are number of the taxes are available. Okay, so which tax vendor is carrying, so we have to mention that particular tax here. So as of now we are not maintaining any tax. Okay, just we'll go with the zero tax code. Okay, see, GST on sales, so many options are there. In the real time, what will happen, they will suggest you like which tax you need to maintain. Either it is for the CGST, SGST 18% they are maintaining, or the 12% or the 5%. It's completely depends on the business requirement, and from there they are carrying the material. From the places also it will be changing. Okay, so you have to mention that particular tax here. So as of now, we'll go with the zero tax code, or else you will be getting the error. Done. And then if you want to calculate the tax, you have to check this box, or else as of now, we are not taking any tax here. So that's why don't need to check any box here. Okay. This is the basic data. Like you are getting the company code details also. Then we'll see the payment. See, anyone can observe the where this payment terms will come into picture while doing the material master and the vendor master. This payment terms we have maintained actually. Can anyone guess?
Please remember.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, 1 second. I'll just give the PO number only. Okay. Based on the PO number, we have to do the invoice copy. Yes. Basic data, I told you. You see, under the payment, baseline data and the due on date it took, the payment ups you can observe here, right? 0001, it's nothing but immediately. So that's why it's showing immediate. For example, I'll just check this box, okay? Just for the showing purpose, within 14 days. See what you can see? There is some changes, right? Baseline date also it changed. And the due on date also it's changed. Why? Anyone guess? Why these changes happened?
Payment term.
Yeah, payment term we have changed it to the within 14 days. If the vendor is deliver the material, we will be giving the 2% cash discount all. Okay, so that's why 14 days 2000 to 125%, and 30 days if you are dealing 1500%. Okay, here the baseline date and the due on date also change. Due on date is the 30th 5, that is the next month. Okay, So I'll change one more here within 20 days. See, these are the reminders. Actually, these payment terms you have maintained while creating the material master. Okay. Any doubt? As of now, don't change anything. Just give the 0001 immediate. Okay. And then you can see this payment block, right? Here you will be having the option. For example, if you're going to block the payment for particular that vendor, you can do the settings here, block it for payment. Or else if the vendor is doing some fraud, you can do the settings, fraud management, or then any invoice payment clearing, anything, you will be having the options here under the payment block. You can change it here. Okay, if the vendor is normal, and if you have not any problem with this particular vendor, and if you are going to pay the amount to the vendor, no need to do this anything here. Just free for payment, you have to click this one. Automatically it will come for the free for payment only. But if you want to block that vendor for the invoice, you can make the changes here. Okay. And then under the details, it's showing the currency rate and the document type, and all the details is carried. Okay. And then the tax, see here we have maintained the zero tax code, right? That's why it's showing V0. If you have maintained the input CGST or SGT, it will show you as the GO like that. Okay, as of now we have maintained the zero tax code, that's why it's showing V0. Only the tax details you will be getting. You don't need to do anything here. Okay, just for your understanding purpose, I'm telling you about all the fields function. You don't need to change or do anything. I'll tell you what and all you need to do for the invoice verification. Just observe here, and what are the function about the field, just notice here. Okay. And then the contact person. Yeah.
This tax will mention it in invoice only.
Yeah, the vendor will give you the invoice copy, right? He will be mentioning, like, as of now, we don't have any invoice copy, right? That's why I have taken the zero tax code. But in a real time, what happened? He will be giving the invoice copy. In that invoice copy, for example, if he's delivering from the Chennai to Bangalore, there is an tax difference is there, right? CGST and SGST and all. There is some changes in the taxes. He will be mentioning all those details. And second thing, if there any freight charges, for example, for the vehicle charges, if he is carrying that material by that vendor only, he will be mentioning the freight charges also. Everything will be in the invoice copy. Okay. As of now, we don't have any invoice copy. That's why I have taken the zero tax code here.
Okay.
In the contacts, you don't need to do anything. And if you have to type any message, if you have to give any message to the vendor, you can mention it here. Okay. And can anyone guess this vendor details where it carried?
Vendor master address.
Yeah, it copied from the vendor master. We have mentioned the purchase document number, right? PO number here. So for the creation of the PO, with the combination of the material master and the vendor master, we have created the PO. So once you click the PO number here, all the details will fetch here. So this is the vendor we are going to do the invoice copy. Okay. This is about header data. So as it is from like you have seen in the PR and PO, everything, right? This is the header data and it's the item data. First, I'll show you what and all the fields are available. Okay. See here, this is the PO reference, and see, this is the normal purchase. Based on the purchase order number, we are doing the invoice copy. But as and all in the next classes and all, we have to do the service procurement and all everything. Okay, there based on the service entry sheet, you have to do the invoice copy. There is an options here, right? See, delivery note, bill of lading, service entry sheet, vendor, transportation service. You don't need to do all these things. Only by using the service entry sheet number, you can do the invoice copy here. Okay. As of now, I'm using the purchase order number and creating the invoice copy. So that's why purchase order or scheduling agreement I'm mentioning, and just give the PO number here. Okay, so all the data it will fetch the whatever the amount and the quantity 10 quantity. And one second, this is the purchase order number, and this is the PO text material for IR, that is the material master. This is the material number, and then the material group, then the plant, and the which valuation class, that is the TP10. Valuation class is nothing but the plant name, okay, where we have to evaluate the material. No error. See, delivery date. That's all. Okay. And then the general ledger account. Here they have not maintained, we have not maintained any general ledger account. That's why it's showing a blank. Sometimes whenever we are doing the GR and the discount everything while creating the PO, that time the different general ledger account will come into picture here. Okay, this general ledger account will be linked to the valuation class, and this valuation class with general ledger account will be linked to the transaction accounting trees, this transaction keys. Okay, that you will be learning in the automatic account determination, right? And then the material details. See this, notice here debit and debit. And then one more thing, see, in the header data, in the item data, the both the tax should be same. Okay, if you're mentioning zero tax code here, and if you're maintaining some other thing V1, it will not going to take the invoice copy. Both should be same. Whenever you do the IR, just notice here under the header data and the item data, both the tax code should be same. Okay, if you are maintaining 12%, the year also it should be in a 12%, or else if you're maintaining zero tax code year, it should be in a zero tax code, right? That's all. And then if any contact reference is there, you can give it here. Don't do anything. This outline agreement and all, no need to worry. Okay, so we'll do the, see here how much for the 10 quantities the amount is coming. For 10 quantities, the price we have maintained is 10 rupees, 100, right? So
100.
it's showing balance 100 rupees. You need to maintain this price here. Just mention the price. What you can see the changes.
There was minus 100 and it became 0 now.
Yeah. So once you entered with the 100 in the header data, it will automatically come into the green one. Okay. So for the 10 quantities, we have maintained for the 10 rupees. So you need to maintain the complete amount here. Okay. Once you are done with this, just give enter. And understood, or you want me to repeat anything, just let me know.
No, whatever amount is reflecting in the balance, that amount we have to enter here, or which amount we have to take.
See, once you enter this PO copy, now automatically whatever the price is there, it will come here. Okay, you have to maintain that particular amount here. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, if you and as of now, don't calculate tax and all. Okay, see, if you're done with other changes, CGST, SGST, and everything, it will going to show the error. The reason here is we don't have the invoice copy, and for the tax and all, we have not done any configuration. Okay, but in a real time, based on the vendor invoice copy, you have to do the invoice process here. Okay, they will mention you which tax they are getting. That's why you have to and that time you have to mention the tax and all. As of now, don't mention anything and don't check this box. Okay, just maintain zero tax code here. Done. Manish, Monica.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So once you're done with, just save it. Just take this number. We have done the invoice process also, and here okay. So what I have to do? I have to do the display one. Okay, go to your invoice document in the above side. Go to display. Okay, you will be getting this screen. Once you get this screen, you can see the follow-on documents, right?
Yes.
Just click
Yes.
on it. Again, you are getting the Can anyone tell me, are we configuring this accounting document, FI document?
No.
No.
What about this one?
We're
Yes,
confident.
that's MMD.
Yes. See, in a real time also, you're not going to configure the number ranges in the GR and the IR, okay? All the settings will be already will be there. Till the PR, PO, you have to do the configuration part and everything. GR and IR already centralized system was there. They already configuration part was done. But for your reference part, you should be aware which document should be created by whom. This FI accounting document will be configured by the FI team, and this invoice document, this number ranges will be configured by the consultant. Okay, this you should be aware of. So once you get this box, the same thing you have to do is just double click on this. Can anyone notice which transaction event keys I got now?
Yes.
KBS.
Yes, BS,
KBS.
BSX.
WRX.
WRX.
KBS and WRX, right? Notice from here. KBS and then WRX. What is the changes? While we are done the GR, which transaction event keys you got?
Yes.
BSX,
BSX.
WRX.
So while clearing the IR, which transaction event keys you got?
KBS and
KBS.
WRX.
WRX, right? Right. This is the difference. I'll be telling you what on all this BSX, WRX, KBS transaction event keys. I'll tell you. Okay, just hold on. Just see here. Okay, and I have to show you one more thing. See, you can see here the choose layout, right?
Yes.
Click on this. You will be having the options: choose layout, change layout, save layout, and manage layout. Go to the second option. Okay, change layout. Here, actually, I wanted to see debit or credit indicator here. Okay, what I will do, I'll just click this one and I will take this to the left side and I'll just enter. Okay, I wanted to show you this one. See, this H is nothing but credit. Okay, and this S is nothing but debit. Just notice this one. I'll be telling you. Okay, I'll just tell you what is the account transaction keys now. Just notice here, credit and debit you will be getting here. Okay, KBS credit or debit, WRX credit or debit. Done.
You can show once the
This choose what, right?
yeah Tuesday.
I'll go back. Double click on this. You will get only this screen. Okay, what you have to do, go to this choose layout. Click on this. The second option you have to go change layout. Okay, just give the or else note down, you will forget.
We have to click on change layout, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
check this change layout box. You will be getting the display columns and the column set. Okay, whatever in the display columns only you can see this codes in here. Okay, if you wanted to see any other column in a display mode, you can click here. I wanted to see this KBS and the WRX will be credit or debit. Okay, that's the reason I'm clicking this one, debit or credit indicator, to the left side to the display mode, and then give enter here. Adopt.
Okay.
Enter. See here, you can see in the display mode this one. Don't write anything, just observe. Okay, I'll tell you accounting entries now. H is nothing but the credit, debit is nothing but the yes. Okay, this is the symbol. Then, so now I'll be telling about the accounting entries. You can see the changes, right? Accounting entries. Whenever you do the GR, you are getting BSX and WRX. Whenever you do the IR, KBS and WRX will come into picture, right? This you can see the changes.
Those are default entries, accounting entries.
Yeah, I'll tell you now. I'll tell you. Just hold on, I'll tell you. Okay. See, the first thing you have to understand is these accounting entries will come into picture whenever you are doing the GR and the IR process. Before doing the GR, you will be not getting this accounting entries. Okay. Whenever you do the GR and the IR process, that time you will be getting the accounting entries. Okay. So can anyone tell me about how we evaluate the material? How we evaluate the material? We have to evaluate the material, right? We know how to create the material master. We know how to create the vendor master, and then the PR, PO, PIR, GRI, and we know how to define or the create. See, so what I will do? I need to do the payment for the vendor. Which account I have to select? Like this and all settings where it is linked, right? See, I'll tell you. Valuation class you have seen, right?
Yes,
We
yes,
have-
master.
Where we are maintaining this valuation class?
Material master.
Material master. Okay. So this valuation class is linked to the general ledger account. Okay. This general ledger account will be linked to the accounting entries. Accounting entries is nothing but just I'll write only one example, BSX. Okay. There are so many accounting entries out there. This is the topic where you will learn automatic account determination. It's a very important chapter where you will learn all this linkage. Okay. In the automatic account determination chapter, see, the material master will be linked to the valuation class. Okay. This valuation class will be linked to the general ledger account. This general ledger account will be created by the FI consultant person. Okay. How many general ledger account they need in the company, they will be creating the general ledger account. We are not going to create any general ledger account. We'll be getting from which general ledger account we need to do the mapping for the accounting entries. So we have to use the general ledger account, and then we have to create the valuation class, and we have to link this valuation class and general ledger account to the accounting entries. Just I have shown you the BSX here. Okay, this is just for your example. And this automatic account or determination also, it's a complete one topic is there. You'll require 2 days for this. But before doing that, I'll be telling accounting entries. Okay, but you the complete idea you will be getting once you're done with the automatic account determination. Okay, and then accounting entries. Accounting entries will generate during GR and PR entries. Okay. Are we getting the accounting entries while creating the PO?
No,
When we'll get the accounting entries?
we're creating GR and IR.
Before IR also, we can able to see the accounting entries, right?
Yes, in GR.
Yeah.
G.
With the IR also, we can see the accounting entries. Okay. See, what will happen? For example, whenever we are procuring or selling the material, we need to know, right? There is a flow of money, right? Where the money will go to the organization, like how much we are spending and how much the profit we are getting. In order to maintain all those data, we have to evaluate the material first. Okay. In the material master, what we are doing is first we will be mapping in the material to the valuation class. That valuation class will be linked to the general ledger account. Okay, this is the general ledger account where we are maintaining all the data, like we are whatever the expenses, whatever the profit we are getting, whatever the losses we are getting, all the expenses, all the data will be loaded in this particular general ledger account. Okay. So, like whatever the data you are there, the profit loss. For example, what will happen? We are procuring the material, so we have to pay the price to the vendor, right? And then whenever we are selling the material, we will get some profit, right? All this data will be maintained in this general ledger account. Okay. This general ledger account will be given by the FI team. So in order to make the general ledger account loaded, whenever we are procuring the material, accounting entries will be generated. For example, there is some standard accounting entries are there. I'll just give you here the full form BSX. Just write down. This is the inventory account. Then WRX. This is the GR or IR clearing account. Then these are the some standard accounting entries are there. Just note down. You'll get some confusion here. Don't worry. Whenever you do the automatic account determination, that time you can link complete picture. Okay. Valuation class, general ledger account, accounting entries. Why I'm giving you the brief idea about the accounting entries as of now. Whenever we are doing the subcontracting process, consignment process and all, there is some changes, right? You will be getting the accounting entries, different accounting entries you will be getting. That's the reason I'm just giving you the broad idea about the accounting entries. Okay. See, whenever we are do the normal, this is the standard GRIR. We got the BSX, WRX, and then KBS, WRX. But when we go to the subcontracting process, consignment process, there is different transaction event keys will come into picture here. For that reason, I'm giving you the broader idea here. Okay. This is the right. Then GBB. Done.
Yes.
This is the standard accounting entries, BSX, WRX. I will be telling you this one. So usually I'll ask you one question. So if I'm asking you about the credit and debit in a bank type, like what you can consider, like whenever you receive the amount through your bank account, so you'll be getting the credit, right? And whenever transaction is done by from your side, you'll be getting the debit, right?
Yes.
Debit and credit. What is debit? What is credit? In the normal scenario.
Debit
What
what
you said,
comes
the
in,
profit
credit what goes out.
Symbol, plus or minus.
minus.
For the debit minus, for the credit plus, right? In the normal
Yes.
scenario. But in the SAP, debit is nothing but plus. Credit is nothing but minus. In SAP, it is ulta. Okay. Don't get confused here. Whatever the in the normal banking sector and all, in the normal things, we consider debit as an minus, credit as an plus. But in SAP, this is completely opposite. Debit we are considering for the plus, credit the name is considered for the minus. Okay, this you should be aware. Wait, I'll show you. How can I display the GR? So I need to see the plus or minus symbol here. Where do I need to go?
Choose layout.
Okay.
Change layout.
This
Add the debit and credit indicator and left side.
Okay. See, this is some normal process we have done, right? I can mute yourself. See, so what we are getting is, see, what you can see the changes 100. Here there is no symbol, so we can consider it as plus. What you can see the changes here
Minus.
minus.
Negative.
So BSX plus and WRX minus. You are getting here, right? Just I'll note down BSX plus and WRX. Okay. Okay. Plus is nothing but what?
Debit.
I'll mention it here. WRX. Wait 1 second. So what I'm getting? WRX.
Negative.
Minus.
So what I need to maintain here?
Credit.
Credit. Right. This is while doing the GR. So I'll just tell you what is the BSX contains. First one. Okay. See, BSX is nothing but whenever we receive a material from the vendor to our inventory, so our inventory will increase, right? For example, it is an stock account. Are you getting?
Inventory means warehouse. Like
Yes. Whenever we receive a material, like through the procurement, our inventory will get added, right? See, under the inventory management, you will be having the flow chart. Okay, goods received, goods issue, transfer posting, and the physical inventory that we will learn. But as of now, we already learned about the goods receipt, right? Srinivas, are you getting?
yes.
Yeah. Whenever we receive a material from the vendor, our inventory will increase. That is, the material will procure to our inventory. Inventory is nothing but to the storage location we are procuring the material, right?
Yes.
Yes. What will happen when we receive the material from the vendor? Our inventory will increase or decrease.
Increase.
Increase.
So what happened here?
Debit.
That's so our inventory is increased, right?
Yes.
That's why you are getting BS6 plus here. Okay. The second part, I'll write down this. Then you will be getting confusion. This will become tricky, so don't get confused. Whenever you do the automatic account determination and upcoming business process, you'll get more grip about the accounting entries and the movement type. As of now, just go with the standard and try to able to connect. Okay. Whenever we receive a material to our inventory, what will happen? BSX credit or debit?
Okay.
debit.
Debit.
BSX debit. BSX debit will happen. So, for example, what I will do whenever we issue a material to different kind of activity, what will happen now? Here
They
I
will
receive the material to my inventory. Okay. That's why BSX debit will happen. So what happen in some scenario, I will only issue the material. Whenever we issue a material to different kinds of activity, that time what will happen?
Inventory will decrease.
Yes. Now,
Credit.
correct. Now you understood, right? Yes, if you're not getting, please let me know. I know this accounting entries, suddenly it will not go into your head. Okay.
That is BCX or WX?
This is BSX.
Yes.
Still I'm in a BSX. Okay. We'll go to the WRX later. Just first clear about this BSX.
You mean according to the situation, the BXX it will change. Sometime it may be a debit, sometime it can be a credit also, BSX.
See, I thought of doing the goods issue and all in the next session, but I'll just show you one normal flow chart. Okay. Don't write down. I'll be explaining that later. See, this is the inventory management chapter concept. Okay. Under the inventory management concept, there is an 4 types. One is goods receipts. The other one is goods issue. The third one is transfer posting, and the fourth one is physical inventory. Goods receipt is nothing but already you have learned whenever you are procuring the material from the vendor, you have to do the goods receipt. This you understood, right?
Yes.
See, when it come to the goods issue, already we have the material in our warehouse. Okay, for different purpose. For example, from one stock to another stock, from the block good to the unrestricted, or the unrestricted to the quality, we are just issuing the goods. Already the goods are available in our warehouse. In that particular warehouse only, we are issuing that particular material to the different departments. For example, quality, for example, inspection, like that. Just we are just we are issuing that goods to the different departments. Sneha,
Yeah, I'm listening.
understood, right? So that's why I told you to just hold on. This is the inventory management where you will learn all this. If I tell all this concept as of now, you'll get more confusion. Okay, and that's the reason I thought of finishing first procure to pay cycle, and then accounting entries, and then movement types, and then we'll come on to this inventory management chapter. There you will be learning goods issue. Will by using the movement types, you can transfer the goods from one department to other departments. Okay, by only using the movement types, you can transfer the goods. The same thing happens in the transfer posting also. That I will be telling in the upcoming classes. As of now, no need to worry. Okay. If I tell all these things as of now, we'll get more confusion. And every movement types and every like the transaction event keys will going to change here. Okay. Whenever you do the GR, you will be getting different transaction keys.
My question was BSX will also act as debit. Sometimes according to situation, it will act as credit also.
That's the reason I told you. See, for
Okay.
example, whenever you do the goods issue,
Okay.
automatically the inventory account will reduce.
Yes.
The reason is you're transferring the material from your goods to the other departments, right? That time BSX will inventory will come down, right? That is the one scenario. Or else take an example for the sales. Okay, I'll be transferring the material to the sales, like to the outside. I'll sell that particular material to the outside. Okay, that time your inventory will decrease or increase.
Decrease.
Yeah, that time the BSX credit or debit will happen.
Credit.
Yes.
Credit.
This is for the procuring. You're procuring from outside vendor. That time your inventory will increase. Whenever from your inventory, you are going to sell the material to the outside or else to the other departments. That time your inventory will reduce. So that time BSX credit.
Okay, got it.
Got it? If you have any doubt, please let me know now. Manish, Monica, Sukanya, and this will get more confusion. Debit and credit. Still, you require some more time to understand this one. So write down these things. Debit and credit. Don't get confused.
No, Mansa. Actually, while creating GR and IR,
Hmm?
we seen like WRX and WSX, like debit and credit. Here
Yes.
you are here you are telling like both the WSX and WSS debit and credit.
See,
Both scenario.
give you the complete information in the beginning only. Okay. BSX, it may take credit and debit. Under the WRX also, it will come debit and credit. Okay.
Okay.
Just with the different scenario, it will apply. For the normal GR concept, it will get our inventory will increase. That's why you'll get BSX plus. Okay. But this is the scenario in the upcoming situation. Whenever we are issuing the goods to the other departments, or whenever we are issuing the goods to the outside, that time your inventory will come down. So that time you will be getting BSX minus. Okay. Not now. Not in the standard thing. As of now, we are not sent any material to the outside sales purpose. Just we have received. That's why you are getting BSX6. But in the future sessions, whenever you are doing the goods issue chapter and everything, you can see these changes. That's why I'm giving you the under the BSX. You will be having the two scenarios. Either you will be getting BSX debit, or else you will be getting BSX credit. Okay.
Okay. Understood.
But this is the normal standard GR we are doing. So our inventory is increasing. That's why you're getting BSX plus. But in the next coming sessions, whenever we do the goods issue chapter and all, whenever we are like we transfer the material to the other departments or the outside, that time you'll be getting BSX minus. That is the credit. Okay. But your understand purpose, just write down inventory will increase or decrease. Notice the transaction event keys. Whenever you do the standard GR and IR, notice the transaction event keys. And whenever you do the subcontracting process, consignment process, notice the transaction event keys, what you are getting. Okay. This is the inventory account BSX. Increase or decrease. Done? Or if you have still confusion or question, please let me know. Harish? Srinivas?
No, Mansa. Clear.
Can anyone summarize what I taught you about the BSX? Only BSX, inventory account.
When the material is added to our inventory, the inventory will increase. That is debit,
Hmm.
positive sign. When we remove the material from the inventory size will decrease. That is credit, negative sign.
Yeah. This is the inventory account is nothing but the stock account.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go on to the WRX now. Okay. WRX. See, this WRX, I'll just give you the calculation part. Okay. So it will calculate GR quantity multiply purchase order price. For example, GR quantity we have maintained 10, right?
Yes.
Then the price we have maintained
And
10 rupees.
10. So the total
100.
100.
100. For the calculation part, I'm telling how you're getting the 100, 10 into 10. So in the future purpose, for example, the GR quantity is 20 or the purchase price is 10 rupees, how much you'll get?
200.
Yes. Okay. See, I'll tell you about the WRX. WRX is nothing but the clearing account. Okay. See, which gets generated automatically in order to balance the account, because in SAP any accounting entries which generated has to be balanced like some of the accounting entries which was entered, and that should ideally become zero. For example, so this 100, okay, this is in a plus sign, okay, and this is in a minus sign. What happens in a SAP, any accounting entries which is generated has to be balanced. So when you balance this one, 100 plus and minus, it should come as a 0. Okay, so that's the reason. So in order to balance the positive amount, that is the BSX, this WRX will be in a negative amount. So whenever you do the GR, whenever you post the GR, automatically this WRX, then this WRX will not come into picture once you're done with the IR. Okay, till the IR there is some time gap is there. Okay, so like the time gap is nothing but still we do the invoice verification in order to keep this unbalanced thing in a balanced way. So there will be a account always, that is the WRX. This is nothing but the temporary account. Once you're done with the invoice verification, this temporary account will not come into picture. I'll just show you the example. For this, we have done the invoice also. Does not exist. Okay, invoice number I will maintain here. So long documents. Okay, see here. Which transaction key I got?
KBS.
KBS. So WRX, is it in a -1 or the +1?
+1.
Why I'm getting plus in the IR? And can anyone notice here? So in the GR also, in the IR also, this spread of 1 second. See here, 1 second. This is the GR one. Can anyone notice here? Both the number is same, plus and the minus, right? And see here. Here also, the KBS and the WRX, both the in the plus and the minus. While explaining the WRX, I told you one thing. Do you remember? In SAP, any accounting entries which generated, either it is the BSX or else the KBS, so which generated has to be balanced like some of the accounting entries which was entered, and it should ideally become 0. So whenever you calculate this one, plus and the minus, it should come as a 0 here. So to maintain this balance, this accounting entries will come into picture. Okay. In order to balance the positive amount, the WRX will be in a negative amount. The same thing here. See here. KBS, it is in a minus and it is in a plus. Manish, are you getting or not?
Can you repeat this?
Okay, just hold on. You understood about the BSX, right?
Yes.
WRX also you understood about the calculation part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is WRX?
It is a clearing account, right?
GR and IR clearing account, right? See what happened. This is the inventory. Whenever we receive the procure the material, the inventory will increase. That's why we get the BSX plus. Okay, that is the increase. So this GR IR, there is a time gap. Okay, see, we invoice we are not doing at a time. Whenever we do the GR, the recent time gap is there. For example, you can take 5 days or the 10 days. The recent time gap is there. Okay, after the GR. So 1 second. Yeah, the recent time gap is there, right? See, whenever you do the GR, this accounting entries, in order to maintain this, for example, it's in a plus symbol. So what happens in SAP, any accounting entries, for example, BSX is generated, it should be maintained in a balanced way. So when you do the calculation like 100 and the 100 plus and minus, it should come as a 0. To maintain the balanced way, so this the WRX will come into picture. This is just a temporary account here, okay? Unless and until you do the IR, this minus symbol will go off. Okay, that time KBS will come into picture. So till that, this WRX will be in a -1. Srinivas,
Yes, ma'am.
are you getting or not?
For
If you're not getting,
WRX,
let me know so we can continue for tomorrow. So it will get more confusion. Like already I told you about the BSX. WRX, I told you about the calculation part, but you're not getting the concept, I guess, right?
yes,
Yes. So what we can do, we can continue this for tomorrow. This actually takes so much time. Almost it will take 15-20 minutes more time. So I'll just give you one scenario only. By explaining the scenario, I'll explain this WRS. That time you can catch up the thing. Okay, is this fine?
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mansa.
I'll just do one scenario in a system, so that time you will get the idea.
Mansa, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
This WRX process, we are not maintaining everything. We are maintaining BSX, and it will be automatically maintained by WRX. So it will be like balanced.
Like, yeah. See, these BSX, WRX, this and all settings we will be doing in the automatic account determination concept, okay? So until unless you're done with the automatic account determination, you can't connect this one. Already I've shown you here. See here, valuation class will be linked to the general ledger account. This general ledger account will be the link to the accounting entry. There are so many accounting entries are there in SAP. Just I've given you only few: BSX, WRX, GBB, and then KBS. And one more thing I have given you, price difference, right? But whenever you do the subcontracting process, consignment process, there is some different accounting entries will come into picture. That's the reason I'm telling you one by one here. Okay, just first learn about the BSX. BSX transaction event keys, it's nothing but the inventory account. That is the stock account. Whenever you procure the material from outside vendor, your inventory will increase. So you'll be getting the BSX debit. Whenever you issue from your inventory to other different kinds of activity or else for the sales purpose, your inventory will decrease. That time you'll be getting the BSX credit. It's not that that time Harish has asked the questions. Like we have done the GR process, like we are getting the BSX and the WRX, but I'm telling you about the BSX plus and minus. It's not that in the standard you have to get BSX plus and the minus. I'm telling you all the details in the beginning only. When you are applying with the different scenarios, it will going to change. In the goods issue, transfer, posting, and physical inventory, these accounting entries will going to change. Okay. Don't get confused as of now. Yes, Manish, you are telling something. Okay.
Actually, I want to say, if you are maintaining BSX or if you are doing anything like an inventory plus minus,
Hmm?
then WRX is automatically take the amount which we are putting in the IR or GR, the same amount, so it will be balanced. So we like these things.
Yeah, that is correct. This is
That is only taking the balance. Like it should be taking the same amount that we are keeping inside.
yes.
Okay.
See, and one more thing I have to tell you here. This WRX and the BSX is there now.
Yes.
This is for the procurement side, you will be getting the BSX and the WRX. Whenever you will issue the goods in the inside, WRX will not come into picture. That time, this GBB will come into picture, consumption account. Okay, as of now, I'll not tell. You can observe later. Okay, whenever we'll do the goods issue concept, right? There you will be getting the BSX and the GBB you will get. Okay, this
Yes.
BSX and the WRX will come into picture only from the procurement side. Whenever you are procuring the material from the outside vendor, that time you will be getting the WRX. But whenever in the inside inventory, if you're transferring the material to the other departments and all, that time it will come this GBB accounting entries will come. That is the consumption account. Okay. As of now, don't get so much stress, like you will get confusion. Just go with the flow. Okay. Whenever you do the next upcoming business process, like the direct procurement, indirect procurement, the subcontracting process, consignment process, everything, this accounting entries will get changed. Sometimes it will come BSX negative, BSX positive. That time you should be aware why I'm getting BSX debit, why I'm getting credit. You should be aware about why you are getting these things. That's the reason I'm telling you in the beginning what exactly the BSX.
Okay.
Okay. WRX, I'll continue tomorrow. I'll just give you one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneha, you were telling something.
No.
Sukanya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This accounting entries will get some confusion, no need to worry. So till the automatic account determination chapter, na, you'll not you can't connect the things. So in the doing the automatic account determination, there are so many accounting entries are there. Only I have shown you 4-5 accounting entries, that is the standard where we are using regularly. Okay, but there are so many accounting entries are there for different business process. Once you start practicing with the subcontracting, consignment and the different business process, then you can connect these things. Okay, so as of now, no need to worry. Just what I'm telling you, the basic information, just go with that basic information. Okay. Srinivas, Harish, if you have
Yes,
doubt
yes.
in a BSX, let me know. WRX will start from the fresh tomorrow.
No doubt.
No, no.
Harish, you aware of the BSX, right? Can you summarize about the BSX?
Once we are receiving the goods, we'll get a debit.
Okay.
Once we're transferring the goods from store inventory, it will get
Sorry,
credit.
will get reduced. That's why you will be getting the BSX credit. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sneha and Monica.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'll ask you now. Whenever we issue a material to the different kinds of activity from our inventory, which accounting entries I'll get?
BS6 credit.
Yes.
Credit.
Okay. Whenever we receive a material to our inventory, which transaction event key I'll get?
BS6 debit.
BS6 plus.
Debit.
Yes. That's all. So BS6 and what is the credit symbol in SAP?
Negative.
Debit?
Minus.
Positive.
Okay. So BSX is done, debit and credit, you know. So why we are using the BSX, you are aware, right? So we'll start freshly with the WRX and then we'll run one scenario. Then we'll go on to the movement types. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's-
Yeah, just go with the recorded video till BSX you can practice. And whenever you're doing the JR and IR, movement type and the transaction event keys note down. Okay, from now onwards, whichever the process in the upcoming classes I'm going to teach you, once you're done with the GR, note down the transaction event keys plus the movement types in a normal one sheet, and all the process you have to maintain the transaction event keys and then the movement types. That is very important. Okay.
Okay.
If you have any questions, you can let me know, or else we can wind up for day.
Okay. No, I don't have.
Sukanya, Sneha, Monica, there is some issue with your laptop, right? Okay, I'll talk with the concerned person and I'll get back to you. Okay, if possible, we'll connect today only. Even Sukanya, if you're free, you can connect with us. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing work from home today, so I will be there. So I can connect with you.
Okay. So can we wind up for today? So we can start tomorrow. And one more thing, there is a review session on Saturday. Be prepared for that. Okay. Till the whatever the portions have completed, you have to be thorough. Rashun sir may ask any questions and have given the question also, except GR have given almost all the questions, the very important questions. Go through that questions and go through the T codes and the tables and everything. Tables also already I have given you. Go through all these things. Okay. Saturday, the same timings, 9:30 to 11 o'clock. There is a review session is there. Done?
Yes.
Okay. We can wind up for today. So we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, Mans.
Bye.